Alright guys, if you guys are ever wondering why your Chevy Tahoe or Suburban or Yukon or whatever, whenever you push the button, the glass doesn't want to come up, well, I got everything tore apart here. Pretty much you just take this bracket off, and that pretty much, the lock cylinder just falls out. I took it apart here a little bit. Here's a diagram of how it actually goes back together, which ain't too complicated. There's a lot of pieces, but it's not too hard. So yeah, I got it down to just this bare piece. And this little rod actually came out of here, and I'm wondering, like, why is this one whole piece, one whole part? Shouldn't they be separate? No, this piece actually is not supposed to come out of here. So, this is the piece I got. And this was actually slides up and down in there, and it's all wobbly and everything, like inside the truck. And it wasn't pushing on that bracket. It was supposed to, the little arm right here goes on the end of that shaft, and it actually pushes up on this when you push the button. And when that rod is all loose and everything, it's all cocked and it's all like out of whack. And that's why my tailgate wouldn't lock either. So if your tailgate doesn't lock, then that's more than likely the cause. And instead of getting a new lock cylinder and a new key and everything and whatnot, I'm just gonna, I should use epoxy, 2-part epoxy or something. I want to try this high strength super glue. I want to attempt to use that. I sanded it down really good and scored it up inside there pretty good, and it only goes on one way, so, and it fits in there real nice and snug, but it'll work its way out. But I'm just gonna super glue it and everything should be fine. I'll let you know if it works. Guys, what I found out works best to get the spring back in there. So pretty much this will go, or the spring will go in there first, and then this piece. And make sure you put it in that way with the little tabs facing upward out of here. Just like that. Facing up so that when you put your keeper in there, they lock in those grooves. And what I found works best is just to put the ring in there. You know, that piece there over the spring. That gets you a 3/4 inch deep well socket. Push it all the way down. And if you do it right, you can just easily slide that keeper right in there. So, that's how I did it. And I gotta put this sensor back in and the cap, and should be good to go. I super glued the heck out of it. Hopefully it'll stay in there. Alright guys, got it all back together. This is how it's supposed to look. When you go to put this piece back on, make sure you put it in here first and then slide it on there and put your clip on. And make sure the clip is all the way fully seated. You don't want it coming off. We'll see, this is how it's supposed to look in the unlocked position. You go to lock it. Unlock. So, it all works. You see, when you push the button, this thing actually comes out and pushes on this thing here to release the glass. There we go. But yeah, pretty simple. Just super glue that thing back in there, that rod. Either that or epoxy or JB Weld to even work even better. Just let it sit overnight before you put it back in. But I think the super glue will do just fine. So, and now my tailgate actually locks now as well. It was mainly because this piece wasn't in here and disengaging the handle. That's what it does, it disengages the handle here. That's what this one does. And this one opens up your glass. So, yeah, that's how I fixed mine. So, there you go. Just in case you guys needed the diagram here, this is how it goes. So pretty much, you put the spring inside here, which all this goes inside this little cup, which you don't have to take any of these parts off. The whole thing just fits inside here. Make sure you glue this rod inside here some sort of way. Put the spring in there, and then you put this guy on, and then you compress it with a 3/4 inch deep well socket, or you can try using a screwdriver or something. Doesn't really matter. And then slide your clip in, and then you'll be set. The little sensor, just don't move it around when you take it out, and put it back in just as how it came on, or came off. Maybe mark it with a Sharpie or something. So maybe if you accidentally turn it, you can turn it back. And then your cap goes on, and that piece and the E-clip. So relatively simple. It's just that this little rod comes detached from this lock cylinder. That's all it is. Guys, first I should probably tell you how to get in this thing. You got two little push pins here, which you're not going to be able to take out because the glass is going to be closed. Okay? So what you're going to have to do is, this is actually supposed to come off first. This trim all the way around here, and all it does is pull off. And you got those two little push pins, like I said, but you're not going to be able to take this off first. You're supposed to, but oh well. Take these little push pins out. They just pry out of there. And there's 4 of them. Take a screw out. This yanks down. And then this actually goes forward, then out. But you're not going to be able to, because you can't get this all the way down. You might be able to bend it, but just get this down just enough to where you can get your hand in there and push that little pin to release the window. Then you'll be able to take these two push pins out, which are right here. And I don't know, mine are different. Either that or mine are broke. I don't know. But yeah, you might have to go in with a screwdriver or maybe with your finger and push these out that way, because you can't get nothing in there to pull it out. I don't know, because you got to release it. So I tried pulling it out with a screwdriver and ended up breaking it. So don't do that. Just get in here and push it with a screwdriver or something, and then this centerpiece will pop out, and then you can get this out. But yeah, there's nothing really to it. All this, like I said, this piece here just pops right off. So, and when you put it back together, make sure you don't bind your window heater or whatever, defroster. So make sure they're in the grooves. Let me put it all back together. Yeah, other than that, it's a pretty simple job.